Roger Wilder here. Today I'm going to talk about ending jazz tunes. So many of the endings we hear on jazz recordings are planned out in advance, which makes sense. If you're in the studio, you want everything to sound polished and professional. So before you start the tune, you decide how are we going to end the tune. But on so many gigs that I've played over the last few decades, that doesn't happen. The band figures out the ending of the tune in real time. So I'm going to give you some common ways that people end tunes together in ways that help it sound like a band and not like a jam session. And the most pretty obvious and important thing is have your radar up. If you're getting to the end of the head out of a tune and you're looking at your hands or a piece of paper or your phone, you might be missing some critical communication, which is usually nonverbal, sometimes verbal, usually nonverbal communication that'll help you end the tune together. And the most natural person for that communication to come from is the melody instrument, be it a singer or an instrument. They're the most natural air traffic controller to help you land the plane smoothly and not abruptly and awkwardly. Sometimes that's not the most experienced member of the band. Any instrument can cue the ending of the tune, but the first person you look for is the melody instrument. So let's say I want to end a tune with a short ending. If you blink, you might miss it. So, short nonverbal communication. But I had the eyebrows up and the eyes open, meaning I want to communicate something to you, pay attention, and then the head nod means, okay, we're done. If I had a hand free, a karate chop would probably be a better signal than the head nod. All right. Oh, and by the way, for drummers, no ringing cymbals or else it's not a short ending. But that's a great way to end a tune together. Most tunes don't lend themselves to short endings. So another thing you can do, and this spans all genres of music, retardandos are great ways for the energy of a tune to ramp down gradually so that the ending is smooth and not abrupt. So again, if I had a hand free, it'd be better to conduct the retardando with my hand, but the head works fine. By the way, this is kind of a boring, not the most jazzy sounding ending, so what a lot of jazz people do when these tunes, which is so common with standards, end with the root of the tonic chord. A lot of times we substitute the major 7 a half step up. So that's a much more jazzy sounding last chord. All right, one more way to end a tune, which is real common, is to tag a tune. And this also, I've heard this on pop tunes as well as jazz tunes. You repeat the last phrase once or twice after the time that you were playing it in the head. And that makes it feel like, okay, that kind of prepares the listener for the ending before it happens. And so this means don't stop, keep going. This means last time. So. Drummer closes the door, or maybe psh. All right, those are some endings. That one you'll notice had a hit on the end of 2. 1 ba da 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 1 2 and. That's the Miles Davis Red Garland ending. A lot of other endings have that hit on the and of 2, which also can be followed by a hit on 4, like Basie ending 1 2. Or Ellington ending 1 2 3 4 1 2. There's so much more I could say about endings, but that gives you a few things. Try them out with your friends.